So yes, guitars, woodwinds, percussion is it ended up. I started on percussion, with my aunt at 6, but then I bought a 10-cent flute at age 7. That's in 1957 when I was turned 7. 1967, I came across a blues harp, and I have continued on since then, uh, never giving up. And so that's included in woodwinds. First of all, you can see it's made out of wood. It's got reeds like a saxophone, so it's got 20 reeds, I believe. 10 on top, 10 on the bottom. One's inhale, one's some are exhale, like that. And that's how they respond. And that's a blues harp, the one that I just kind of stuck with since I turned 17, turned 18 actually. It was 1967, just before summertime around there. I know the clouds were out and we are smoking grass and watching the clouds and occasionally taking some acid trips. And that's how I learned the blues harp harmonica. Uh, of course, after 1967, uh, I had been playing recorder. That's that wooden-looking instrument. It's still used in classical music, baroque and stuff like that. And in 1970, I went to D.C. with we hitchhiked, my girl and I, girlfriend, and we just got tired of Philadelphia and the ugliness of the people there, spiritually ugly. So we left and went to Washington D.C. and there somebody was selling an Artley flute, which I knew Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull was using. So I got one for $50, and that's how I started the flute thing. Then I joined 2.5 years later, or something like that. 2 years later, I joined the squeeze band, and they wanted a horn because we were getting into jazz and stuff. So that's how that went. Let's see, I'm gonna get myself a little comfortable. Don't want to get too close to this sax because it's so darn loud, you know. It'll just feed back all over the place probably. That. Woodwinds. Sometimes I put the mouthpiece cover there. That's right next to the sax. So that's my assortment of woodwinds. And of course you've seen the guitars, woodwinds, percussion. Percussion, I no longer am gonna, fork over the bucks for drums, because I'm not a drummer. Feet they just don't want to cooperate. So, I can keep basic stuff, but a real drummer, is what you need. And so I got myself a little cajoncito, a cajon, and it takes up less space. I can still do everything I do in percussion. It sounds like a drum, at times. It can sound like deep tribal drums. It can sound like a lot of things. It's got snares and everything. So that way I don't have to worry about. I couldn't, when I was coming from New Hampshire to get back to Florida, I couldn't fit my drums in a convertible Mustang, which is what we ended up with. So I lost my piano, I lost all my drums, my conga drums, my good bongos. Well, I gave those to the littlest guy, little 6-year-old. He's probably going to be 7 this year. So, after a while, I'm going to be 72 in on July 13th. So, why should I work so hard? In the 70s with Cool Breeze Band and Sweet Band, I would come in with armloads, kid you not, of instruments. Acoustic, electric guitar, flute. At that time I was playing trumpet, which my dad bought me that when I was turned 9. And it was my first major instrument besides a recorder and what I do at percussion. I had an accident, front end collision with a Camelon truck in a Volkswagen. So it got cracked, this one tooth, and I had a bad habit of pressing to get my high notes on the trumpet. I explained that to the dentist. He said, "Look, these are the x-rays. Just sell your trumpet, So I did, and it gave me room to get good on flute, sax, harmonicas, and recorders, and all the woodwind instruments that I play, It's just basically the foundation of my woodwinds is a recorder. That's what I started on when I was 7. So I say with that C, it's made in C. The piano's in C. The guitar's really in C. You can hit a low E note, but that doesn't mean anything. You still, when you play a C chord, it's a C chord. Harmonicas, I just hung on to them, and you can get them anywhere. And so that's basically a story on how woodwinds fits in my life. Basically a guitar player, and I have to sing, so I can't play a flute and sing. So a guitar is basically it. My dad's made guitars by hand, acoustic guitars. That's his specialty, acoustics. I do electric guitar stuff. Custom work, custom shop work. I do. That Christina was 6 in line. Is now an Ernie Ball type guitar. That's my Super Strat. My Ernie Ball, I do have it, but it wasn't resonated. It was made in China with a non-resonant wood. It's like, forget the name of the darn wood, but it's not like mahogany or even alder. It just doesn't. It's cheap wood. That's what they made the guitar out of in China. If they were made in the United States, they would have been picked out and like hammered on like that to get the resonance, see if it's a good wood to use for guitar, for the body. And anyway, that's pretty much what that guitar is. But I got it for $99 because someone at Kramer at That's a Kramer Focus. That I'll take it out here and show you. This is a Kramer Focus. Was 6-in-line. It's definitely a Strat type guitar, but it's offset. There's more body down here in the controls than up here, but it's very comfortable. I like this guitar better than a Stratocaster, and it's made out of flame maple neck. It has a flame maple neck. You can see. Yeah, there you are. You can see how the headstock is. So I got it for $99, and I learned how to really work on frets with this guitar. Because Ernie Ball didn't need all that, and my PRS didn't need all that, you know. So the one that needed it was this cheap $99 guitar. But now it's got the best carbon pickups, actual carbon pickups, Alnico. And it has great tones. It has 15 total tones altogether. That's really a super Strat. And that's what I do. Just I work with guitars, and I buy cheap. You know, I fix them up. My most expensive one is the PRS. I have another one that is made by Peavey. It's like a Les Paul, and it even weighs 10 pounds. And it's 24 3/4 inch scale neck on it. So it's whenever I want to do that soft country picking with bends and stuff or blues, you don't need a vibrato bar with a Les Paul type guitar. You know, they're short scaled for the professional. God bless.